Hi everyone, my name is Blythe of Tulamai's Healing. Thanks so much for joining me for this Biofield Tuning session that I'm calling From Hand to Heart. Just a couple of things to go over before we get started. For the session, please find a comfortable place to receive the session. Whether you're relaxed lying down or reclined sitting up or even out taking a stroll, whatever works for you, as long as you're safe and comfortable and able to focus on your breath when needed. If you experience sensations throughout the session, just come back to your breath. We're going to use our breath to help move that energy and to release any tension that we encounter. So this session is intended for you listening and for everyone else that listens in the future, and everyone is within their own energetic space while receiving. Within the information about this session, you'll also be able to click the link that takes you to the contraindications, but just briefly, a reminder that Biofield Tuning is a wellness practice, and if you do have any immediate health concerns, just make sure you pop over and read the contraindications. If you have any advanced illness or if you might be pregnant, those are something to consider, and please make sure you read those through. But other than that, I think we can get started. So I did mention this session is called From Hand to Heart. So I would like you to start the session with both of your palms stacked and place them on top of your heart. So we're just going to take a couple of breaths just so we can come to the session. Relax, leave your day behind, whatever you were doing before, whatever you might do after. Just leave that there and bring some awareness and attention to your hands that are softly stacked on top of your heart, the left side of your chest, or even the center of your chest, whatever is comfortable for your shoulders and for holding them there for a couple of minutes. But of course, you can move them whenever you'd like. So our heart discharges through our arms and through our hands, and our hands they have such a big connection to the world around us. So I thought it was a really good place to take some time and give a little attention. You know, our hands are always using devices these days. Maybe you use a computer a lot during the day, and they're not experiencing the same openness, the same extension, maybe even the same physical touch as they have in the past. You know, we're not reaching for people the same way. We're not touching things with the same openness. So I thought with all of those compounded points, it would just be a really good thing to give some release to them, to let them extend safely, to let them soften, release that tension, and in doing so, really giving our heart that extra attention and avenue to discharge any energy that it might be experiencing, and just give it an ease of flow. So that's where my intention is for this session. So if you're still able to have your hands stacked over your heart, keep them there, but bring your attention down to the area around your ankles, around the midpoint of your calf, and that's where I'm going to start this session. I'm going to start with the unweighted forks, and I'm going to work to do a little grounding and then go above towards the crown of our head and open that area before we move into work on the hands. So let's get started. So bringing your attention down towards your mid-calf. Now your only job throughout the session is to relax and to breathe. So really use your breath to help move the energy. Where we are here, we're just going to guide this energy away from your body to the area down below the bottom of your feet. And you're going to use your breath to help guide that energy down We're just going to try and stabilize it and create some length within our center energy channel so things can really flow and our breath can move freely. And then we're going to use this to really ground us for this session. So turning to face your body now and focusing on using the tones to open up your center. So if your hands are on your heart, you can feel your chest relax and just make that extra space for your breath. Now I'm going to ground down. So envision your breath going out your tailbone on your exhales, out the bottom of your feet, and just bringing that grounding and balance. Great. I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to do that above your head now. So at the crown of your head, so imagine your hands on your heart, your fingers softening and relaxing, your wrists easing, little tension in your forearms, and then allowing that all to relax. And then bringing your attention to the crown of your head, where I'll be bringing the fork quite close. And using your breath. And I'll just be guiding the fork away from the top of your head. So not towards the ceiling, but to the wall or whatever is directly in line with the crown of your head. Release your shoulders, release your jaw, and just invite that extra relaxation. The fork does feel a little buzzing, busy mind. And if you're feeling that, just come back to your breath. We'll have no expectations for the session. We're just going to relax and envision the opening of our hands and the opening of our hearts connecting to each other. Now opening your center channel from the top of your head and just encouraging that flow of energy all the way down, and then simultaneously coming back up. Nice. Okay, wonderful. Now, if you haven't already, please, if you would like, release your hands down beside you, palms facing up. Just give yourself a little adjustment, do whatever you need to get back to a place of comfort. And I'm going to work on your hands now. So starting with your left hand, just bring your attention to your left hand. Remembering to breathe. And I'll be doing some columning, so holding the fork over your left hand and then lifting it up towards the ceiling. Right now, just keep your attention on your left hand, the palm of your left hand. Relax the palm of your left hand. Relax your left wrist. Relax your left forearm and your left wrist. Relax your left fingers and thumb. Bring your attention to your left fingers and your left thumb and relax them. You can even exhale right out your fingertips. Now bring your attention to your right hand. your attention to the palm of your right hand and relax it. Bring your attention to your right wrist and your right forearm and give it permission to release. And breathe. Now bring your attention to your right fingers. And allow your fingers to relax. And on your next exhale, exhale out your right fingers. Now bring your attention back to your left hand, and I'm going to column from your hand up towards the ceiling and just clear that path of energy, of giving, of openness. So keeping your attention on your left hand and remembering to breathe. Notice if your hand is feeling open, feeling more space and extension. We want to open them energetically and physically. And breathe. Great job. There we go, all the way up to present on your left hand. Now let's move our attention to your right hand. I'm going to column and move the fork up towards the ceiling from your right hand and clear that pathway of energy from your open palm up towards the ceiling, the front of your biofield. If you're laying on your back or reclining on your back. That's a way to envision it. Otherwise, it is in the area in front of you. Come back to your breath. And as we open up the palms of our hands and release out our fingers, feel your chest opening, your heart opening and relaxing. Great. Nice work. That cleared all the way up to the ceiling. Felt great. Now you can stay where you are, but I'm going to flip your hologram. So we're going to envision and intend to now work on the backs of your hands. So you can stay where you are. If you prefer to turn over, if you're laying on a bed or somewhere comfortable, you sure can. And we'll start with your left hand. If you did change position, I am working on the top of your hand, not the palm now. So keep that in mind with your position. Columning up towards the ceiling from the front of your hand, your left hand. It's a little stickier here. So we'll just keep activating the fork and columning up towards the ceiling until we have a nice unobstructed path. That sounded great. Okay, now let's move to the right hand. So again, working on the top of the hand, not the palm. So bring your attention to the top of your right hand. And if you're still laying on your back, you can even maybe flip your palms down. It'll help you envision and intend to release the top of your right hand. And breathing. Again, a little stickier on this part of the pathway. Nice relaxation. Just let those hands relax, release, melt into the surface that they're resting on. Great. Wonderful. Now I'm going to just do a couple more columns so that we can really integrate the session and the movement and the relaxation. So you can stay in whatever position is comfortable for you right now. And I'm just going to column your heart. So I'm just bringing my attention to the center of your chest, to the area of your heart chakra. We're going to release and relax as much as feels good for you. And see if you can really envision that energy, any tension or breath coming from your heart and down your arms and just flowing out through your open palms. So we're opening from our hand to our heart, from our heart to our hand. And just really releasing this pathway. Relaxing your shoulders. Notice if you're holding your breath and use your exhales to release. Great. Wonderful. Great job in your breath and in your relaxation and releasing. Now I'm going to use a weighted tuning fork. So you probably won't hear anything on this one, but I'm just going to do a figure 8 around the bottom of your feet and up above the top of your head to just integrate the movement of this energy and to help leave you in the session with some grounding and some integrated relaxation. So I'm just using the fork. Probably do 3 or 4 figure 8s up over your head, using your solar plexus as a crossover point, and then just columning from your solar plexus up towards the ceiling and clearing that path nice and smooth. Nice big exhale. And as a final nice little energetic cocoon, I'm going to use a different fork that you'll hear this time. This is the 528, and I'm just going to kind of tuck you in this nice little pure tone, energetic kind of cocoon sleeping bag, just to keep those energies moving, integrating, and to leave you with a balanced, grounded feeling. So starting at the area below your feet, coming up over top of your head, remembering to breathe and take this nice calming sound and take that with you as you relax after the session. So take as much time as you need now. And if you're still laying on your back and it feels good for you, you can bring your hands up, stacked the way we started the session, place them over the top of your heart. Maybe you want to change the direction of your hands, one your left underneath or your right. And just take this time to connect to your heart, feel that energy from your hands to your heart and vice versa. And after the session, please make sure to drink lots of water. If you can have a shower or an Epsom salt bath, if you can go swimming in the ocean or the sea, something like that, a little bit of water. Hydrotherapy, that is highly recommended. Definitely drink lots of water. And the link to this aftercare information will be within the video, so you can always take a look at it there. Thank you so much, and please keep joining me for these audio sessions.